I want to hear a whole tirade.
Hold on. No, but you will get
Raheem sentiment going.
All right, let's get to it. Let's get to it, Kel. Let's get to it. Bam, let's go.
Okay, bam, this is how it's going to go, right? The first principle that all African people are one family, whether it's the language, dialect, complexion, whatever, right? The second principle, right, is that self-determination, right? Whether it be temporary coalitions or whether it be black business, whatever it may be. The third principle is Africa for the Africans. That means the African continent should be controlled and run by African people. And the fourth principle is that if you're God, if you're going to make a deity or an image of your God, make sure it looks like you, right? Now, these are the principles of Pan-Africanism, you see. Now, we are using this as a code of conduct, right, to help our people synchronize, to protect their minds from non-African people when they're trying to get them unsynchronized on multiculturalization, which is not good for our people. So we try to preach this. We've unified this. This goes back to centuries in the late 1800s, our Pan-Africanist elders, and this is what it's about. Now, the reason why a lot of us have a problem with this is because we don't want to put down our differences. For example, in West Africa, everyone is comfortable to speak French, all of them, and no one has a problem with that. They are comfortable with speaking Spanish as well. They don't seem to have a problem with that. Likewise, in East Africa, with the Arabic language and etc., they don't have an issue with that. So why is it that when we're saying that we're going to unify under a code of conduct and we're going to make the Pan-Africanist language an African language, right, whether it be a different dialect from each region, people want to blow up and attack? Why is that, Kat? When you're ready.
Okay. Well, the thing is, let me answer him, because number one, it makes no sense to have a Pan-African dialect, because listen, language or an African dialect, you have to take that out of your vocabulary when you talk about specific places. If you want to talk about a specific you can identify West Africa if that's what you want to talk about, East Africa, North or South, right? Now, at its basis, like even at the base level of what you're talking about, okay? If you talk about Africa, okay, being the root of all humanity, right? We birthed all these people. If you believe that, you believe that? I think you probably do, the way that you talk, right? So how are you gonna focus that in to one group of people? If we're all people can make the argument that we're all African. People right?
No, they definitely can't.
No, they can. Oh, yeah. Every human being on this earth can say they are rooted in Africa.
Right.
What do you mean
they can? You're right. A lot of if they follow the out of Africa theory.
Exactly, we don't. So therefore, not everybody does. Case in point.
What I'm saying is, the conversation is going to become convoluted, that now everyone is going to be Pan-African. Everyone can identify in some way or the other, whatever ideology into Africa. That's where the conversation gets, you know.
Here's what you've got to understand, right? Number one, when you have a company and you're running a company, the manager or the manageress has a set of codes of conduct how they want that company to be run. You will have Muslims in there, Christians, you will have Jewish people in there. You'll have all these different types of ethnicities and religion, but they all conform under a code of conduct to make the company great. Pan-Africanism is like a business. We want to keep black people in power in things, right? Now, when you're talking about everyone can claim African stuff, right? They can. But here's the thing, though. Everyone also claims that they're not African and discriminate those who are African. When you look at the East African brothers and sisters, because of the family, the Arabs, they are taught using derogatory names for West Africans because they're the Africans, they're this, but you are not them.